These are also some wild onion bulbs that I just brought back from my mom's yard that are only little baby bulbs now, but we'll see if they grow any or if they just die. Tried to grow or regrow onions before and it hasn't worked, so we'll see. So right now I'm going to be replanting this begonia into this hanging planter. So yeah. Take some of this potting mix and fill this up until it's mostly full, and then I'm gonna go ahead and squish out basil. Okay, so maybe right about at this depth, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on putting this into here. So maybe just make a well in the center, kind of, so that all the roots can go down. Roots. Words are weird, am I right? Alright, so just gonna carefully squish her this way. Maybe just dump some of the excess soil out in my failed onions, and maybe I'll shake some of this out in there too. I want to keep some of it. Still want to break down the area around here just so that the roots know to go ahead and start growing different and adjusting to the new pot. At this point, I think maybe this will be the only one that I have bought that I'm going to keep. I don't have any plans to buy more begonias. I thought about it, but yeah, we'll see whether or not I can keep this one alive first. And if that goes well and the succulents aren't a bigger issue than I thought they were going to be, then we'll just, you know, maybe I'll get some more. Who knows? We'll see. Now the roots on this are like really, really small or really bunched up at the top here. Kind of shallow root system. I read somewhere or saw somewhere that you can propagate begonias from the leaves or cutting somehow. But of course I'm not going to try to do any of that until this one's well established. The rest of that's really, really packed in there. Probably because the soil's not quite as dry as it maybe should have been for this. I maybe shouldn't have watered it as soon as I did. But I was just afraid that maybe at the store it had been neglected a little bit because it did have a couple of dying flowers. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna really push it much past that point. I think you'll get the idea. It's really spongy in there too, so I don't want to mess something up. So I'm gonna set that in there. And the roots are a lot more shallow than I had planned. So I probably could have filled the rest of this a bit more before I set this in here. You live and you learn. Alright, so basically I had to change angles because my phone got too hot sitting in the sun and I had to throw it in the freezer for a minute, but I'm back. And I think what I'm going to do next is I've got some sand here, just like regular, like Quikrete, like clay sand it said on the thing. I don't know, it was here when we moved in, so that's what I'm going to use because I don't have any cactus mix, but I definitely need cactus mix because I bought actual cactuses instead of succulents this time, so I'm going to kind of like make a mix out of the potting mix and this sand. So I'm just kind of gonna eye it to see when to stop, what proportion I should use. Okay, so I think this more or less looks like a good proportion. Like, you can definitely see the sand everywhere evenly mixed, but it's still kind of spongy and has some of that material. All of that part out right there. Okay. So I have these little bitty containers, a few of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these basically to the top, just about. Don't want to like pack it down in there, but I kind of want it to be, you know, situated in there. And I think what I'm gonna do with the babies is there are a couple I need to like cut off, like sections I need to cut off, and those I might just like lay sideways on the dirt to maybe, or next to the dirt, to allow it to like callus over for at least a day, so that there's like less of a chance of it not being viable. God, I love how all of this farm equipment loves to go by like right as I'm trying to take a video. Ridiculous. Anyway. And I've literally got like dozens of these little baby cactuses, so I don't even know how many of these containers I need to make up, but I'm just gonna make a bunch of them. But I need to make some more mix, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm choosing to do this just right here on my front porch because it's already dirty and gross out here, and I probably should just be doing this outside so that I don't have to concentrate so hard on not making a huge mess. But I don't want to be out in the sun any more than I have to be. And I already planted a snapdragon and petunia out in the sun earlier, so alright, that's a pretty good mix. So once again, I'm just gonna put some of this in here, and hopefully this will work pretty well to where I don't have to worry about overwatering or, you know, root rot, mold, that I've been hearing people talk about being some of the main causes of cactus death, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these. Alright, now I'm going to make some more because I have one more of these little pots to fill, and that probably still won't be enough for all of the different cactus babies. So I think this is the last pot we're going to be able to get out of this mix here. So we're going to go ahead and fill her up and move the cacti over here, and then probably go wash my hands so that just cleaner, not all gross when I go to handle possibly delicate, fresh, starting off cactus pups as they're called. Funny. Interesting. Yeah, so that wasn't even enough to fill up this pot entirely, so we'll make more mix once we've got the rest of the pots filled. So I'll go ahead and move these guys over here so that you can kind of see better. And I forgot that I didn't own any gloves. I thought that I had a pair somewhere around here, and if I do, they're hidden very well, so I need to buy more, but I have not done that yet, so I will just be using these rags over here to keep my fingers from getting poked by all of the spikes. Don't be like me, be prepared. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, since there's literally so many of these that I need to pull off or remove or whatever, I think the rule is gonna be if I can easily twist them off, I'm just gonna pot them. First I'm gonna set all of them onto this paper plate, and then I'll go ahead and pot the ones that come off easily first, and any that have to be cut off or any trimming I'm gonna do. Like probably these top portions could probably be trimmed and start making their own new cacti. I don't know if I want to take off many of the little babies that are still growing, but I don't know, maybe. We'll see how I feel when I get to that, but we'll go ahead and get to it. And like I said, I have just some cloths, old piece of sandpaper for extra added resilience, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Oh, already it's poked me. Yeah, so I've decided I'm gonna go get some tweezers.